What's up, yo? This is Nekoroth, and welcome back to the letter.
Hi, everybody. So happy to be back getting scared shitless again.
Hopefully there will be some scares in this episode, who knows?
As long as we have Batcat and Yang Sheep to help us.
Aye. I mean, either that or there'll be drama.
Aye.
Either or. I love the drama. But yeah, where we left off, what did we do in the last episode, actually?
We escaped the horrible fucking elevator. We spoke in the park when Isabella laughed at us for being terrified with our PTSD.
Do not laugh at me. Do not laugh at me.
And then we tried calling everyone and no one fucking answered us.
And then we finally got a call for Zach.
Yeah.
That was pretty much all that
It was
really
that.
happened, really. And yeah, we may as well just have a read at these and see what happened. Oh, here we are. So, this is new. This is probably going to be the only new one we have, actually.
I think so, aye.
So why don't we just have a read at this? I will let you go ahead with your famous narrator voice, as always.
Sunday, October 30th. After that close call, Ashton spent the night at Isabella's, only to be kept awake by nightmares. At an utter loss. This is lost, but should be lost. At an utter loss, and with all of his beliefs overturned, Ashton decided to check on Zachary and Rebecca. Unfortunately, only Zachary returned his calls.
Still to hear for Rebecca.
Rebecca's dead as shit, unfortunately.
I'm sure we'll hear for Rebecca soon enough, because, that's coming up really soon.
Yes.
So, yeah, should we continue? I'll let you do the narration, because in the last one I pretty much done the full thing.
You rocked it, hun.
Oh, thank you. Now's your time to shine, darling.
Oh.
Your time to shine. Oh shit, it's Isabella.
That was Isabella talking.
Okay, aye, that's where she left off. For sake, let me just...
You're up early. I thought you left.
I did, goodbye.
There we go.
This isn't the first time I've seen Isabella like this. Standing casually by her kitchenette, a ladle in hand, keeping an eye on whatever's stewing on the stove while humming a soft tune under her breath. 5 years ago, it's become a common sight after the three of them, including Zach and Rebecca, found a mutual interest in cooking. After that, whenever our schedule allows it, one of them will invite everyone to dinner or lunch, instead of eating out. Rebecca prefers it that way. Healthier, she claims. Zach is just too happy to be able to cook for everyone. Isabella, on the other hand, as long as there's food, she's happy. Me? I've been banned from the kitchen ever since the pressure cooker incident. Easier times. Good times. Right now, however, the scene brings an odd sense of normalcy. A strange fit with all of the things going on around us. Not unwelcome, only bizarre, I suppose? Isabella doesn't follow up on her question earlier, but she does raise an eyebrow my way when I take too long to answer. For that, I can only offer a casual shrug in response and a short answer.
I've checked with Zach and Rebecca. I'm just waiting to hear back from them.
They're dead.
I had an quip or two for her. If the timing for a joke isn't off or doing so, it won't be appropriate. I don't want to alarm her either. There's no reason to. Yet. Until Zach gets here, or until I've received an answer from Rebecca, whichever comes first. Nevertheless, it's clear she has plenty of questions. It's right there in the subtle crease between her eyebrows and the inquisitive gleam in her eyes. Curious as she is, though, she decides against voicing all of her questions out. Instead, she shifts her attention back to the stove and gestures vaguely with her hand in the couch's direction.
Well, if we're going to wait for them, don't stand around there. It's getting distracting.
You're just cooking. How am I distracting?
I don't know. Something might explode again, maybe. Zach's kitchen ban for you is also in effect here, Now, shoo, go. Stop hovering. You'll ruin the food. I'll be done here soon.
I don't want your stink ruining my food.
You fly.
It's like, Isabella, play Be Gone, thought.
That's basically what she's saying, to be fair.
She leaves no room for an argument by swatting the ladle at me. And just like that, I've been kicked out of the kitchen. I'm just imagining like she starts speaking really angry in Filipino at him.
That'd be funny.
He's like, Isabella, please. He's like, oh fuck, Left with nothing else to do, I drift back to our tiny living space and slump down on the couch. Closing my eyes, I allow the noise from the television to guide my thoughts. The ones I've been keeping at bay. Oh, yawn again.
I'll let you do that again.
The ones I've been
Oh no,
keeping
don't,
at
it's contagious. Sorry.
The ones I've been keeping at bay, freeing them from the cage I've built around them, so I won't have to think. One by one, they trickle back into my consciousness, each more frightening and unnerving than the other. So many things going on, so many things happening. The papers we've gotten from BRC don't provide any comfort either. Seriously, is there even a point to those after last night? What will asking those people do? If anything, this only proved that there might be more copies of that dumb piece of paper. We have one here, but how many exactly are out there? Is there out there? More importantly, how do we get out of this stupid mess?
Ashton.
I'm still banned from the kitchen. Damn it, I haven't felt this kind of bone-weary exhaustion in years.
I don't want to think what might happen next in case I miss something. Shit.
Rebecca, Zach, Isabella.
They're all depending on me and...
Ash!
The voice snaps me out of my thoughts, abruptly wiping away everything running a racket inside my head. Suddenly, Isabella's there, crouched in front of me when I crack an eye open. I haven't even noticed the exact moment when I've bent over and buried my head in my hands. Figures why she's staring at me like I've fainted or something. The crease on her eyebrows grows deeper at my lack of response. Although she's merely staring at me, without saying a word, her expression says everything. So much for trying not to alarm her with bad news.
Sorry, I just spaced out for a moment. Don't mind me.
For a brief moment, she seems to accept that. Quietly, she shifts, stands up, and takes the empty space right beside me. All done, without a single comment. Then, the next thing I know, she's gently pushing a bowl in my hands. I made you a bowl of Cocoa Pops.
Cocoa Pops and milk, make a bowl full of shite. Oh, wait, no, wait, is that what that is?
No!
What is that? What is that?
It looks like a bowl of potpourri. The scent reaches me first, before I've gotten the chance to take in what she's just handed me. A faint, sweet smell of coca wafts from the dish. Calming, comforting, despite the multitude of things bothering me. It certainly smells like the kind of food you'll eat on a rainy day.
It's shit.
Though, from the get-go, it doesn't look as appetizing. What is this even? Porridge? Why would you put chocolate in it? And milk drizzled on top? Hey, that's nice.
It's good, die.
She tells me my tastes are weird, and yet here she is, handing me something equally as strange. In fact, she's already started digging into hers.
This has me craving porridge.
Porridge! Just like Rebecca kicks open the door.
I'm gonna buy porridge. I'm gonna buy porridge tomorrow.
Can we have some? Can we just have a day and just eat porridge?
That'd be really nice, I'd love that.
Is that a Scottish thing? Like Rebecca just kicks open the door. I smell porridge!
All you need is some porridge.
I'm just not sure if the taste will be equally as appealing. Baffled, I glance her way. She offers no immediate answer, simply continues eating as if she hasn't done so in a week, with her focus solely on the television. She's not watching, however, just listening. As a background noise, the voice from it seems too cheerful. A welcome distraction, if anything. Yawning. It's only after she's finished off half of the bowl does she acknowledge the question in my eyes. With a sigh, she cradles the dish on her lap and looks down at it. Briefly, her lips part, then close. A hesitation, though I don't push her. There's a distant air on her, as if she remembered something that warrants a poignant thought. When she speaks at last, it's in a tone too careful, like she's still weighing her words, considering the proper phrasing for it. Yet, sincerity underlies each syllable once they're out in the open.
You should eat. Back at home, Mama would never let us leave the house if we hadn't eaten breakfast yet. Even Papa has got an earful when he tried. So eat. You'll need it.
What the fuck is it? She returns to her food afterwards, while I can only stare at the one she has proffered not a few minutes ago. Warm against my hands, tempting me to take a bite. Not that I don't appreciate this, but what good will this do? Zack and Rebecca's both out there. Who knows when that ghost will show up again? Even in our dreams, we're not safe. But that's it, isn't it? We don't know when. In the present, we have a chance at respite. Maybe the only one we'll have. Even if it's as mundane as sharing food between us. Quietly, just sitting side by side like this, without exchanging any words. The intent hangs unspoken in the air. Something that probably goes as far back as the second she offered food. Still, in the end, Isabella's never pushes it. Rather, she lets her own silence convey her hope. Whether I allow myself that break, she leaves up to me.
I think we've got another choice here, so let's save...
It's actually been a while, it feels like, since the last one.
To be fair, aye.
So you can be an asshole and go, no, I don't want to eat.
It's pretty obvious what we need to do here. We need to take her off her.
Hey, like,
she would appreciate that.
I would just think, like, I don't know about you, but like where I'm from, like when someone cooks you something and you're like, no, that's rude.
Aye.
Like if someone goes out of their way to make it.
To be fair, it's rude anyway.
Like if someone's went out of their way to make you food and like offered to eat and you're like, no.
Like it's especially like an old thing. I've had like people complain like, oh, you can't leave the house without having breakfast. You need to eat this. Oh, don't be silly. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, eat it now.
Thank you.
Oh, the blushy
Oh,
face.
he's blushing. And our relationship obviously went up. See, it's pretty obvious what we had to do there.
Yeah. The words roll off my tongue, awkward and unfamiliar, far removed from those jests and quips we've shared. Yet, she accepts this with a smile and nothing more. Regardless of everything left unsaid, the sight of it brings comfort. More so than any generous offer of food can give. Though we both lapse into silence after, as we finish our food, there's ease in it. And this, and the muffled sounds of a lux board filtering into the room, and the light streaming from her windows, and the faint draft occasionally drifting in, catching the loose tendrils of her hair, and the way her voice falters when she tries to form words. And despite the horror looming over us, I find myself wishing for the minutes to slow, for the seconds to last. But ultimately, she's the one who breaks it. Softly, after a minute's pause, and words mumbled under her breath. Sometimes, silence simply compels us to speak.
I've been wondering, before last night, before Mama told me the news, what if Papa passes away, despite everything? That sort of thing. I know it's not good to think about, but I also knew it was getting worse. Mama won't say anything, but I've always known that one day he'll eventually...
She releases a sigh as her grip on the bowl she still holds tightens. There are no tears, but she might as well have them with how weak her voice falls. Are there even any left?
I don't know what I'm going to do. Before, I can easily say it's because of Papa. now. I don't have anything.
You have that scholarship from Lux U.
Were you going through my personal papers while I was sleeping last night?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't really have to. You left it sitting in the open, right there on the table.
Like there's still anything to hide, she snatches it away from where I've placed it earlier. Except there's no anger or annoyance on her face when she looks at it and rereads every line with a pensive expression. After a short while, she folds it neatly along the creases and sets it back.
I don't even know if this will work out.
Well, if it doesn't, what about that exhibit you've been planning with Zach?
Do I even have to ask where you got that?
Zach sucks at lying. You have no idea how easy he is to read. It was all in his face when I asked about it. And anyway, if that doesn't pan out too...
I trail off, hesitating, measuring the weight of my next words. Genuine as they are, a part of me believes they are a burden, too heavy to impose upon her. Because no matter how much I want her to stay, we're not what ties her here. It'll be selfish to ask that of her. More than anything, her family will always come first. I say it, nevertheless, if only to let her know that no matter what her choice will be, there will be people here whose lives her mere presence has changed. Mine, most of all.
You have us.
You have me.
Aww.
The words startle her to a pause, and she slowly turns to me, her eyes wide, disbelief all over her face. But before regret forces an apology up my throat, her expression dissolves to something I can't quite place. Something distinctly softer, more tender, familiar, almost in the same manner she glanced at me years ago, that day at the bridge. Don't just glance over that, we need fucking details! However, I don't get the chance to figure out what it all means for her. All of a sudden, a knock breaks the moment, and just as fast, both our attention shifts towards the source. Ah!
Oh.
Before things can get awkward fast, I stand up to open the door while muttering some flimsy excuse in the process. I'll get that. It's probably Zach or Rebecca.
Really, I know we're in a pinch, but their timing can't get any worse. Who the fuck is it? I'm getting my freak on. Unrelated frustrations aside, once I fling the door open, a whole chunk of the stone that has been stuck at the pit of my stomach simultaneously unseats itself. Did you just hear?
Ashton could have got his nips up. Oh, hello.
Hey,
Hey,
Zach.
Zach.
Can you just go away for another 10 minutes? Thank. There, in the hallway, stands Zach, his hands raised ready for another knock. Although he's not his most presentable at the moment, it's so contagious.
I'll let you start that again.
Although he's not at his most presentable at the moment, ruffled and drenched with sweat as he is, relief quickly washes over me like a tide. He's still panting when he pushes me aside and heads in. Jesus!
Oh wow.
Fuck out the way! The second his feet crosses the threshold, he scans the place, eyeing what little he can see of the room from the doorway. When he finds none of whatever he's looking for, he turns to me with a questioning look, one that has a hint of panic in it.
You said it was urgent. Did anything happen? Is it Becca? Bella?
Everyone's fine. Well, Becca's not here. She went somewhere this morning and hasn't answered any of my calls yet. But Isabella's...
I'm here, Zach. Morning.
His weight shifts at the same time, the stiff line on his shoulders ease, once Isabella walks up to us and welcomes him with a smile. He relaxes then, returns her greeting in kind. As soon as she's let out the breath he's been holding and the tension's finally off his body.
So, nothing's wrong? Why'd you call me here for then?
Because we love you.
Yes.
My explanation can wait. He has a lot of explaining to do. The fact that he went to Anselm alone for some god-forsaken reason warrants a proper one. Ghosts or not, he's already been given a warning. It frustrates me to no end this might be the plan he mentioned the last time we spoke. I get that he's worried about Hannah, right? Somehow they've become friends, but that's not the issue here. Not when there's a murderous ghost who might go after one of us at any given time. Sure, Zack made it here in one piece. By some dumb luck, he's alright, and this takes one off the list of people I need to worry about. Frankly, as annoyed as I am, I can't just stay angry at him when I look at the situation that way. Hell, if I didn't call that connect in that exact minute, there might have been a chance he won't be standing here. This is a blessing in itself. Well, first things first. Some things still need to be discussed.
Another choice. We're filled with choices
The
here.
is hot and heavy now.
You promise you won't do anything stupid. You're okay.
I love you, Z-Mail.
Oh, okay. So I have a. Let's check her relationship with Zack. It's obviously.
It's obviously.
So like.
Because I know for a fact probably you promise you won't do anything stupid that will make it go down.
Aye.
But I think going, you're okay.
Because bear in mind that he had reason to go to where he had to go. You know what I mean? So just like flinging that off as and
You
saying
want
it's
to
stupid.
try that one first to see if that is the one that like makes it go down.
Nah, I think I know what we need to go for.
You're okay.
You're okay. I think you would appreciate that. Let me check that one more time. Let's see. Yep, it went up.
That went up.
That's good enough for me.
Except when I open my mouth, the only thing that spills from it is my own relief. Despite myself, despite the rational part of my brain screaming everything wrong about Zack's neat little plan. We've had so many close calls within just a single night. Zack showing up on Isabella's doorstep, alive, whole and unharmed. I might as well take comfort in that while I still can.
You're okay.
You did tell me not to do anything stupid.
There we go. See?
Yeah. Suddenly, the room feels too heavy, and all I'm able to do is drop down on the couch. A headache also threatens to burst in at the same moment, or perhaps it's what release from anxiety feels like. Regardless, I reach up a hand to pinch the bridge of my nose, even if it will likely do nothing to alleviate the impending pain.
Christ, you were right there! We have this stupid curse thing going on, and you were right there! You just walked up inside a private property! Those people can easily sue you for breaking and entering, and that's the least of it.
I know, Ash. But I can't just leave things as they are. I've gotta do something.
God damn it, Zack, I was worried!
Haha, you were worried. Unexpectedly, he laughs. Not the half-hearted sort he makes when he's awkward or coming up with an excuse. A genuine one. Before my annoyance grows again and I snap at him though, he suddenly catches me in a headlock. Just like,
Oh, bless.
I mean, he is like a whole foot bigger than him, so
Aye.
his arm's slipping around my neck while he grinds his knuckles against my skull.
Your neck is bound to break.
I mean, like 2 seconds later, he's like, "We have to be careful," and then a couple seconds later, it's like I'm getting dragged about.
But like, I love it. I feel like this is a good thing. Like, as players of Ashton's chapter, we're able to help him express a more softer side.
Aye,
And I feel like that's important to his friends because
he's not
like,
a stone cold dick.
He's not a stone cold dick. Yes. So, shall we continue?
I want to see him get wrestled about. What do you have to say for yourself? Helpless, I squirm under his grip in protest. Even then, it's hard to do so when you're up against a 6-footer.
Zack!
Aw, he's worried. Why didn't you say so? That cool act ain't gonna fool me anymore.
Let go!
He relents soon enough, though only after he's done ample damage in my hair. I hate it when he does that. But for a few moments there, the tense mood finally lightened up and everything felt like how it used to be before this whole mess began. Makes appreciating little moments like this easier. Still.
Seriously, Zach. Why are you even there?
Told you already. I was looking for you.
Why would I even go there?
Well, you mentioned a plan with Isabella here. I assume that's where you guys went, since that's where she found the letter.
Was he like in the house?
He could have ended up in the house.
Like that? I mean, that's pretty. I know it's like ghost and shit, but that's still pretty fucked up.
because remember, like,
he heard a scream.
We had the chance to like let him go in or whatever. So yes. We've seen this. We've seen this.
I know. I'm like, now that I'm thinking back, I'm like, imagine if you were just like the help or something. And you just saw someone climbing in through the balcony. Like, you can't tell how fucked up that was.
Yes.
Sorry, I was really at a dead end.
The logic in it stuns me into silence, to say the least. Then I remember his hesitance, the tone he's taken before agreeing to go here. And all at once, my anger from what he's done wanes. Partly, this is my fault for keeping things vague. I can't berate him for assuming that. But sorry, I'll start again. Partly, this is my fault for keeping things vague. I can't berate him for assuming that, when I've only left him with vague answers.
I can't help but feel like the next journal entry is going to be a picture of, like, Zach putting Ashton in a headlock. I can't wait to see that in the next episode.
You could have called me.
I did.
I didn't receive any, and my phone was with me.
You're kidding, right? I was at it the whole night.
The whole atmosphere in the room changes in 2 heartbeats. Back again to the tension-riddled one plaguing us. Zachary stares at me like I've grown another head, and then gradually he shifts his attention to Isabella. The expression in his eyes, questioning, asking for a confirmation, like my word can't be trusted. Not that I'm holding it against him. I can't even believe the things coming out of my mouth.
Oh, my baby's tired.
I don't know why he saved me. I can't even believe the things coming out of my mouth.
We'll be done
these past
soon.
few hours. I can't even believe these past few yawns coming out these past few hours. Oh my god!
There's been a lot of yawns, to be fair.
Meanwhile, Isabella stays quiet. Has been like that for quite some time. She looks like she wants to disappear right now. Guilt, frustration, anger, fear, all the flashes fleetingly across her face before it melts away under an expression of worry.
Please tell me he's joking. You were there?
No, we really didn't get any. Everything was quiet last night.
Lies!
But Zach, at BRC, Ashton and I saw...
Just let the cover suddenly pop up. Me! She never gets to finish that.
Sup, I'm Ash from Deluxe City. Back as one champ, can't beat me.
Abruptly, my phone rings again, blaring its badly sang ringtone throughout the whole room.
Oh, look at them. Ashton is insufferable. They're just looking at him like, really, bitch?
Like
really?
even the horror stops, like the pale bitch just slowly stops and goes, the fuck?
Can't beat me.
Both of them pause.
Pauses.
Waiting when I pull up to check the caller ID.
It's Becca.
Yes! Nice.
I'll tell her to get here as soon as she can. Excuse me.
Moshi moshi.
So please.
Without another stop say without another word, I'll step out of the room and answer the call. However, the tone she assumes isn't what I'm hoping to hear.
Are you there?
Oh yeah, she got wrecked.
Ragged, a bit out of breath. There's a tinge of urgency in it. Listening to her from outside the line makes it seem like she's just run a marathon prior to this call.
Becca, where?
I got your message. What happened?
Nothing. Yet? Where are you?
Downtown. I had to make a quick visit to the library. Listen, Ash, about that thing Isabella has been talking about. There's something you guys
Please tell me you didn't... Whatever. Save it for later. I'm at Salem Well. If you can get here as soon as possible, that'd be really great. This is related to that.
You're there? Is Isabella with you?
Yeah, Zach too.
Oh, sorry. I was kind of weirdly expecting him to keep talking. With a quick press of the button, I switch on the loudspeakers and step back into Isabella's apartment. I hold out the phone towards the two, giving it 2 shakes, urging them to speak. Both are still carrying worried looks on their faces. This should ease that.
Rebecca's asking for you two.
Becca? Is she okay? Hey, Becca!
Hello, Rebecca. Odd morning we having, eh?
Hey, you two. What's happening over there? Is this something I should be worried about?
Demons.
We'll tell you once you get here. Please, hurry.
I don't like the sound of that, Ash. But I'm on my way. Give me a few minutes. I'm driving.
The gang's all gonna be together?
Mm-hmm.
She mumbles a goodbye, and then hangs up. Becca's the last person I need to account for. Yet that call left an even more strained tension in the room. Thankfully, we don't have to linger on it for too long. She only takes a matter of minutes to get here, and the second she steps into the room, Isabella clings to her.
I'm so glad you're okay.
Oh,
Ashton checked on you this morning,
safe
but
and sound.
Safe and sound.
Oh, that's probably like... Also, like, people could be dead at this point.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All of these people could be dead at this point.
Yeah.
You could actually be sitting here yourself being like, oh, my friend's dead.
This just goes to show that there's so many choices in this game and they all matter. You know what I mean? And there's so many endings and outcomes, so it's important to play this game yourself and see them all.
Buy the game.
Because we're not going to show them all, bitches. We're not going to show them all. We're not going to show them all. Keep it the wrong channel.
Look, it's taking us this long to finish the fucking game. We're not going through it for like a second, third playthrough.
Do
what you tell.
Unless you just want to. Do what you tell. What do what you say?
As long as you hit that like button and that subscribe button.
Oh yeah, please, it helps me out a lot. I'd really appreciate that. Thank you.
He did?
He did.
I'm sorry. I was in a hurry. I didn't have time to drop by and let you know.
Just imagine her driving like a fucking psychopath, like skilling traffic.
I wouldn't put it past her. And screaming at the other drivers.
It doesn't matter. What's important is you're here.
Not burnt to a crisp or brutally murdered somewhere. Ah.
Ha!
Whole. Alive. Although she seems a bit shaken, it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. At least now I can relax, ease the pressure off my shoulders, if only by some. But the minute Isabella pulls away from her, she winces. A small reaction, the younger woman doesn't even catch it. It sets a precedence for a careful observation nonetheless. A closer look at her reveals a much more dishevelled than usual. Hair in a bit of a mess, probably flattened in a hurry. The back of her dress also shows stains of dirt in places it rarely gets into. She's also leaning more on using her left arm. She's right-handed. Perhaps the most telling is the slight limp she has, noticeable once Isabella leads her into the room. It all sprouts a hatful of questions. What exactly happened and how she ended up in that state? Pretty sure a simple trip to the library won't do that. I grab for her arm before she can walk past, carefully to avoid hurting her in case there really is an injury. It seems like it at first glance, but you can't be too sure until a careful examination has been made. I suspect some bruising at least. Although minor internal fractures are out of the equation, they have a nasty way of staying hidden. Sure enough, Becca tenses immediately upon contact. Tries to pull back, although the sudden gesture elicits another wince, forcing her and Isabella to a halt. Oh shit, you made her mad. You run away, abort!
Abort!
Both of them turn to me almost at the same time, their eyes searching mine for answers. Rebecca, for her part, doesn't appear quite pleased with the interruption, or the fact someone has brought it to light. But that someone also has to make sure.
Another choice.
More choice!
Are you alright?
Please don't tell me you didn't do something dangerous, eh?
I feel like it's pretty obvious what we need to do. Which was the obvious answer?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. I think she would appreciate it more if we were more sympathetic.
Please, Ribena, you're my favourite friend.
Are you alright? Let's see.
You okay? You're limping.
Yes, it went up. Ever so slightly, but it went up. That's good enough for us.
As expected, she tries to hide it. This time, when she squirms from my grasp, it's with enough force, she almost stumbles back if Zack hadn't caught her by the elbow. Even with 2 more people shooting her concerned looks, she's quick to shrug it off.
It's fine. I just had a little accident.
Lies.
Little accident. Hard to believe in her other arm's nursing supposedly fine arm. Isabella doesn't buy any of it either.
In a library? Well, yeah. It kinda caught me off guard.
Something's happened there, hasn't it?
I don't have to elaborate on the question further. Shortly, she goes very still, and the hand placed over her right arm shifts ever so slightly, its grip on the limb tightening. Not too firm to hurt, but just enough for a gesture of comfort for herself. Warily, she casts a glance everywhere in the room, but the only one she spares for Isabella's lingers longer, and in that moment, something unspoken passes between them. An understanding. It strikes me seconds later how utterly familiar her expression is. It's the same one I've seen far too many times in Isabella. Since that day at the movie house, every time her attempts to warn us have been so rudely dismissed.
Let me see.
Can we? We have to check if it's bad.
Rebecca hesitates for a moment. Then, after a minute of consideration, she sighs and reaches for the hem of her sleeve, raises it just enough for Isabella to take a good look at it. Not swollen, but a large portion of her skin starting to turn an ugly shade of purple. That sounds like a break.
Be one hell of a nasty bruise.
Because normally when you break something or have like a well, you know for a fact like your body has ways of letting you know when you're injured.
Yeah.
And bruising, well, like bruises are just bruises, but see, like normally if a large part of your body turns a dark shade of purple really quickly, usually means there's bone damage.
Yeah.
Because my pal broke his knuckle, and like within, it was weird. You could see like in the space of 10 seconds, you could actually see his horn actually starting to turn like
oh wow,
like a black currant.
Wow. Right, we're going to need to keep an eye on that then.
Tell me about it. It was a library cart that hit me. You know, the old metal ones they keep near the history section.
Ouch! Like I said, nasty.
Nasty!
But she's there? She went after you. Yeah, I was in the archives, looking something up. Suddenly, she was just there.
I still think
she was using my own students against me. What kind of terrible person does that?
Oh yeah, because she'd done the voice.
We...
Miss Pink, don't be so rude. Aye. So they're all going to be looking at her like,
aye.
Wait, what?
Oh, it makes my blood boil.
You should have just ran. That woman's not something you can hit with a book.
Yes, I can.
She did. Trust. We've seen it.
Laugh it up, Ashton. I did. Then the bloody cart came out of nowhere. And you know what? If it weren't for a damn book, I would be dead by now.
I just imagine, see like that scene in Harry Potter. I just sort of imagine like she just like the pale bitch raises up a lamp. Oh dear, I do hope someone isn't lingering in the restricted section.
Filch.
Silence descends in the room as the gravity of what that one word hits all of us. Dead. Another close call. Another would have. Another one we've narrowly avoided. How long can we keep this up? We're bound to break at one point. No normal human being with a sane mind can last like this. It's a miracle Isabella hasn't cracked yet. After all, she was the one who found that letter. I've expected her to have caved in by now. Yet her voice, calm and composed in the face of this, is what cuts through the thick air.
I'll go get a cold compress for that arm. You guys take a seat first. Ashton and I, we have a lot of things to talk about.
Oh.
That marks the end of it. At least for the time being. And as soon as Isabella returns and hands Rebecca the cold compress she promised, we get straight down to business to defeat the Huns.
Oh my god.
Surprisingly easy,
They sent me daughters when I asked for sons.
considering the rigid air in the room. Although there's some tense fumbling for words at first, the whole conversation gains steam once what happened last night at Burke has been put on the table. All at once, everything we've brushed off, carelessly ignored and rudely dismissed, have been laid out for close scrutiny. Zack's encounters with the women and his dreams, Rebecca's close brushes with death every time she appears, the dread, the fear, the terror she brings out even in the bravest of us. Everything. Because no matter how bleak this all seems, there must still be a way out of this. There has to be. Logic be damned. Or at least, that's what Isabella and I would like to believe.
Oh, it's night time.
Yet, even as the cold morning light shifts to the warm hues of late afternoon, and eventually night, none of this still makes a fucking lick of sense. Fucking lick of sense!
I was like, that's not what it says.
Well, because it doesn't really make sense, it makes a fucking damn sense.
Oh, right, okay. Fuck, that's me just noticed that, fuck.
Darkness has fallen, but we're still nowhere near figuring things out. If anything, we're more at a loss than we've ever been before we even started this. The next thing I know, frustration rears its ugly head, and the sheets of paper I've been holding smacks the table harder than I've intended. The next sound of it echoes loudly in the small room, and everyone simply falls silent. Along with it is a release of another long-held breath. Perhaps the 100th since this morning.
We aren't getting anywhere at this rate.
Don't just drop it. There must be something in this we aren't seeing yet.
Oh, so we're all still together.
Aye. It's an odd thing to hear from her. The very words I've been telling myself every single time I find myself facing a dead end. We can use a little of the optimism right now, I guess.
I know, but what are we supposed to be looking at here in the first place?
Well, we already looked through those files. You're the one that picked it out last night, right?
All of them? I'm pretty sure every person we've checked in there isn't necessarily involved. One client possibly died of old age. Remember, you found that dumb paper.
Oh yeah, the person was 70,
Oh.
not 17.
Oh. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, that's because I think this will be a good time to talk about this. In the past few episodes, yeah, the person was 17. This is how this happened. The person is 70, not 17, and we made a big deal how like the person died like of natural causes or something like that, and then we were like, what? It's 17. What?
That a 70-year-old makes a lot more sense dying of natural causes.
Yes.
I mean, technically you can die of natural causes at any age.
I mean, to be fair, aye. So, or was it like Alzheimer's or something like that? I can't remember what it was, but the person was a lot older than what we said they were.
Aye.
There was just like a misread in the words. So, yeah, apologies for that.
53 years apparently. We were off by.
Not so dumb if it can kill all of us.
Very funny, Z-Man.
That laugh. Wow.
Anyway, like I said, you discovered that paper right before the open house. No one else was allowed inside during that time. It's too broad of a scope if we include every single person. In fact, the only notable ones are C and Jean Marie.
Sounds like a song or something.
Seeing Marie.
But if we're going to include them in the count, shouldn't there have been more than enough people to end this fucking curse already? How does this thing even work?
Yeah, okay. They went in and out of this place. But no, you still don't get it. What I'm trying to say about those clients is...
Maybe there's more than one of it. Even my friend, the priest from the cathedral. He's been acting strangely.
Oh yeah, so he was.
Father Norman? Him too?
Yeah, I visited him a few days ago. He was hysterical. They think he's sick, but I have a feeling what might the real cause be.
I knew it. I shouldn't have asked for his help.
He was only trying to help too. It's not your fault. There might be more than one of that paper going around that we don't know about. More to this. I mean, look at all this stuff Rebecca brought with her. Apparently our teachers have been lying to us all these years. So who knows?
Hey, now don't blame us. Blame the bloody books they wrote.
Damn teachers, every last one of them. You all knew.
Clearly she's emotional about it.
Quietly, Isabella reaches for one of the papers Rebecca has brought with her and carefully inspects the words printed on the page. Playboy! A copy of an old newsprint from even before the city had been founded. Her eyes narrows. Her eyes narrowed with each line it passed, but lingers at the illustration of the noblewoman's servant.
Why do they have to keep this in the restricted section?
It's kind of racist. Rebecca merely shrugs at her inquiry, but her own annoyance seeps through her answer.
How should I know? I wasn't even aware we have archives that go as far back as this. This is before the city was even founded.
Well, I mean, like, there is a lot of things they don't put in history books.
Yeah.
I mean, look at, like, the big starvation in India, like the British Empire done.
Yeah.
They don't teach that in school. Like, a lot of the British schools don't teach that because you don't want to, like, yeah, we be the bad guys.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of, like, that movie that Disney wants us to forget, Song of the South.
Song of the South.
And it was a bit like slavery.
They were like, what? No! Racist movie? What? We never made one of those.
It was fucked up.
And then, yeah, see the thing that's kind of sad? A lot of people know the song Zippity Doodah.
Zippity 8,
but they don't know what it's from.
Exactly.
It's from a racist ass film from the 40s that Disney really doesn't want you to remember.
It Disney exists. Anyway.
As a matter of fact, if it weren't for Andrew's help, I wouldn't have gotten my hands on any of it. Maybe they didn't think it would be important to talk about it. After all, this is more Anselm's than ours.
That or some old bugger's hiding something.
Blame the old. Why else would these tell a completely different story? Revising what's written seems a useless endeavour on its own when you have nothing to gain from it. Thanks to those, we're also missing a lot of things here. Fuck off. All we have to go with is the mansion, the letter, and all the stuff selfish people have been keeping from the public. But what else? Somehow, even with all this information in hand, it still feels like there's something we're overlooking. At present, everything seems to point where this all started. The Mansion, the Ermengarde mansion. Will bringing the letter back there fix everything? Fuck. How do I? The mansion's a private property now. I can't just waltz in there. I'd rather die before I even think of begging Wright to let me in and investigate the place. One thing's very clear after these last 2 days, however. We're not safe anywhere, and I have to act fast if I want to keep my own friends alive. We can't keep running away. Sooner or later she'll get us. Before that happens, I have to put an end to this. Sighing, I stand up and stretch out the kinks in my back after several hours of sitting. We've been at this for too long. A break is needed. Time to let everything sink in, or else we'll all burn out. I know I will. And it's another thing I can't let happen when they're all counting on me like this. Albeit unspoken, it's in their eyes as they look up to me waiting.
We've been at this since morning. We should take a break for a few...
The rest of it never makes it out of my mouth. There's something heavy and grating sounds from the far end of the room. A harsh, booming noise
rending through the eardrums of everyone in the room. All at once, the three of them are on their feet, while I quickly palm for my gun on the table. However, before I can pull it up and remove the safety, the whole racket stops. Stillness descends in the room, and amidst the sudden hush, the four of us exchange anxious glances. So much for a break.
Ashton, that might be...
Gather everything.
No questions asked. They waste no time getting to work, piling up the documents we've been reading through. Even Isabella's unusually silent as she gathers things at everything in her arms, her own movements sharp and precise, a deep furrow on her brow. There's fear, as something hardened and urgent overshadows it. But the moment doesn't last. Before we can even finish, another noise ups the tension already gripping the place. Suddenly, the lights go out, and the wardrobe at the end of the room rattles, as if something inside begs for freedom.
I'm scared.
Cautiously, eyes glued to it, I take a step forward and I release the lock from my gun. I'm no trigger-happy person. I'm not even sure if this will work on a ghost. But right now, its smooth surface against my palm, with the trigger on my finger, provides the closest thing I have to relief as I approach the closet.
Ashton, what are you doing?
I don't think that's a good idea. We should just...
Worried as they all are, they immediately stop at the slight raise of my hand. The edge is there, while they all huddle in the space between the door and the room. In case this goes south, whatever I find inside, they have enough time and space to run from their position. In 2 deep breaths, I've crossed the room and stood in front of the closet.
Oh.
Whatever's inside has yet to stop thrashing. Instead, it's now moved to banging at the door, louder and louder, the longer I dally. Another shallow breath. A glance at my companions. A nod.
Woohoo!
Something creaks. Then, in the next moment, I'm grasping at the handles and swinging at the doors wide open to reveal...
Are you ready?
Nothing.
You've got to be kidding.
Right away, I part the clothes hanging on it, and still none. No ghost. No woman. Not a single trace of whoever's inside. Confused, I glance back towards my companions, only to see them mirroring the same expression on my face.
It's playing tricks on us.
The noise has finally stopped, but I'm quite sure it isn't my imagination. Or maybe it is, and I'm just too strung up that my head's now making things up. Whatever the case is, we need to get out of here as soon as possible. This only confirms we aren't safe anywhere. Without bothering to close it, I move back, ready to leave, adrenaline now coursing through every vein in my body. In the next second, I'm barking orders, and...
We should go. Everyone, we need to...
I'm sent sprawling on my back as something cold catches my ankle and yanks.
Oh.
The resulting fall knocks the wind out of me. Pain racks my whole spine and the back of my head as it collides against floor. There's force enough to dislodge my own brain from my skull. A moment lasts before stars fade from my vision. And then I sense it. Cold tendrils twisting around my ankles. A smile of vile, raw assault in my nose. Nauseating. Sickening. Foul smell draining every feeling in my body. The moment her horrid laughter, still as unpleasant and vicious as the last time I've heard it, reaches my ears, my eyes snap open.
Oh, hello, bitch.
You know what? You're a... Oh, you sneaky bastard. I thought you were in the cupboard, but you weren't in the cupboard, you were in the bed. Troll. That's what you are, you bitch.
Oh my god.
Perhaps it's just an experience. Or maybe my mind's still attempting to comprehend this. Regardless, the minute my eyes land on her, all my body freezes. The gun in my hand turns useless as my grip on it slackens. It's in the manner her gaze bores on me, I say. Look of utter hatred and malice. I've seen it loads of times. From suspects, mostly murderers, who never regretted their actions despite being caught. This is the face of someone you can no longer reason with. And I know, the moment she laughs again and starts dragging me towards her, it's already going to be the...
Ashton! Snap out of it!
No. I can't die here. Not yet. The hate fades from my mind, and instinct kicks in there and there.
Everyone out! Get out! Get out of here!
With one powerful tug, I yank my foot out of her grip and scramble back to my feet, ignoring the piercing wails she fills the room with. Within the span of a second, I'm gunning for the door, grabbing the wrist of the first person my hand can reach and leading everyone out. Into the hallway, down the flight of steps, and right inside my car. I waste no time in flooring on the gas pedal the second the last person closes the door behind them, and in a short while I'm driving us out of Salem well. I don't even hint at the thought of winding down just yet, even as the last of the woman's painful cries fade into the night. Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Oh, Jesus!
Oh, girl. She'd had already done had hers. These four have got some spooky ass demons.
But amazing, just like Ashton lying on the ground, like we he'd split him. I have so many demons. Oh, I got some spooky ass demons.
I'm just glad nothing jumped out of the closet.
Aye.
That was fair. That's good enough for me.
And and as I opened the closet, the worst fear was realised. A gay person jumped out.
What?
They came out the closet.
Oh, that's clever. I was going to say that's homophobic. Oh.
I mean, I think we can get away with it.
Aye.
As I make this joke to my boyfriend.
We're gay.
We're powering through it, we're powering on, and we might be done with this game this time next year.
Very soon. Very soon. So we can move on to more games hopefully very soon.
But it was great. Thank you very much for having me on.
Yeah, you're always welcome.
Thank you guys for joining me. And it is goodbye for me, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy your baby drops!
Thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one. Roll the outro now.